Section 1. File Note. The Paris Hub. This is a file about control. It is a file about how a single entity can shape a global market. It does not contain rumors or secret whispers. It contains public records, financial statements, business reports. We will examine facts. We will trace patterns. We will use simple language to show a complex system. The subject is a company known as LVMH, Moet Hennessy Louis Vuitton. The focus is on how its structure and strategy create an immense concentration of power within the luxury sector. We will not allege crimes. We will simply lay out the map and let the facts speak for themselves. Paris is the center of this map. Imagine the Place Vendôme gleaming under a grey sky. From this central point, invisible lines radiate outwards. These lines are not roads, they are channels of influence and capital. They stretch to Milan, London, New York, Tokyo, Shanghai. Each line connects to a famous brand, a name that evokes history, craft and desire. Fendi in Rome, Loewe in Madrid, Tiffany Co in New York. Each brand appears to stand alone, a sovereign kingdom in the world of luxury. But every line, every flow of money and command traces back to the Paris hub. This structure creates an appearance of a diverse, competitive marketplace. Consumers believe they are choosing between distinct heritages and aesthetics. They are on the surface. A Dior handbag feels different from a Fendi one. A bottle of Dom Perignon serves a different moment than a bottle of Hennessy. This is the public face of the operation. It is a carefully managed portfolio of identities. But behind this vibrant stage, a single hand moves the pieces. A single intelligence coordinates the strategy. This is the secret that is not a secret. It is hidden in plain sight, documented in annual reports for anyone who knows how to look. The file you are reading is a guide to looking. It will break down the methods. It will show the playbook. We will start with the architect of this empire, and then we will map his acquisitions one by one. We will follow the money. We will examine the shared systems that create efficiencies the public never sees. We will look at how pricing and scarcity are not accidents of the market, but tools of control. Section 2. Subject Profile. Bernard Arnault. The architect of this system is Bernard Arnault. He was born in Roubaix, France, in 1949. His background was not in fashion, nor was it in wine. It was in construction. His family's company, Ferret Savenel. He took control of that company in 1978. His early career showed a preference for numbers, for engineering, and for efficient systems. He learned how to analyze a business, identify its core assets, and restructure it for maximum value. In 1984, the French government was looking to offload a bankrupt textile conglomerate, Boussac Saint-Frère. But its crown jewel was a sleeping fashion house, Christian Dior. Arnault put up just $15 million of family money and secured the rest in financing to acquire the entire group. Many expected him to sell off the disparate parts. Instead, he stripped away most assets, but he held on to Dior. This was the cornerstone, his first piece on the global chessboard of luxury. He found it in the newly merged LVMH group, Louis Vuitton, Moet Hennessy. He saw weakness in its divided leadership. Through complex, aggressive financial maneuvers, working with allies, he became the group's largest shareholder by 1989. He then purged the existing management. He installed himself as chairman and CEO. Critics called it ruthless. He consolidated the pillar of fashion, the pillar of wine, the pillar of spirits. It is not a story of a craftsman or a designer. It is the story of a financier and a strategist. Identify heritage value, leverage control, restructure to a central vision, preserve the front-facing story, upgrade the engine. The acquisition map, a pattern of growth. Following consolidation in 1989, the acquisitions began in earnest. The 1990s were a period of rapid expansion. In 1996, Celine. In 1996, Loewe. In 1997, DFS Group. In 1997, Sephora, a critical hold on distribution. In 1999, TAG Heuer, Zenith. Each acquisition was a strategic piece, a name or a key channel. 2000s, Fendi brought fully in by 2001. Partnerships to foothold, then full control. Expansion in jewelry and watches, hard luxury with enduring value. In 2011, Bulgari, a deal valued at over $5 billion. 2017, Christian Dior Couture integrated for over $7 billion. Fashion and perfume unified. 2021, Tiffany Co, nearly $16 billion, the largest luxury acquisition. A methodical domination. Leather goods, fashion, perfumes, cosmetics, watches, jewelry, high-end retail. Each brand boosted share, removed a rival, and increased leverage over suppliers, media, and real estate. The public sees dozens of competing brands: Louis Vuitton's monogram, Dior's new look, Fendi's playful designs. Each has its own creative director, its own runway, its own campaigns. This separation is crucial. It creates the illusion of choice. LVMH captures multiple segments, reducing risk when a style falls from favor. Behind the facade operates a central nervous system: legal, HR, and critically, finance and real estate. Flagships on the most expensive streets are secured by a central division with immense bargaining power. An edge independence cannot match. Talent is identified, promoted, and redeployed. Creative DNA circulates under central direction. Creative autonomy exists, but budgets and growth targets come from Paris. Major moves require the green light. Beautiful puppets dancing with apparent free will, strings held by a single hand. The structure looks like competition. It operates like concentration. The illusion sustains desire. The system sustains control. The financial architecture of LVMH is the true source of its power. The group operates as one financial entity, moving capital at a speed independence cannot match. Louis Vuitton generates enormous cash flows. This cash does not sit idle. Reinvested to fund promising brands, to finance acquisitions, to power massive launches. Collective strength of 75 houses secures cheaper financing, a weapon in the marketplace. Profits and losses balance across the portfolio, buying time to restructure without panic. Analysts note sophisticated structures and tax planning, legal tools of a global system. A self-reinforcing cycle: profits fund acquisitions, acquisitions expand power, power improves access, access fuels more acquisitions. The machine hums quietly, relentlessly. Money flows inward from the periphery and is redeployed from the center to expand the empire's borders. Price is a function of supply and demand. In luxury, LVMH has mastered both. The primary tool is deliberate scarcity. Production is often capped below demand by choice. Limited editions, waiting lists, display-only pieces. Desire grows. Prices rise. At Louis Vuitton, coveted models often require a purchase history. High-end watch collaborations trigger collector frenzies. Vintages are held back unless exceptional, reputation compounding price. Scarcity is a feature, not a bug. Heritage, craftsmanship, status. The narrative is engineered. Lavish shows, celebrity faces, glossy campaigns, billions invested. Controlled supply plus manufactured demand creates a pricing umbrella. Others follow the benchmark. The influence of a group this large extends beyond economics. With dozens of houses and powerful media buys, LVMH shapes what is seen as beautiful and desirable. Trends do not stay on the runway. They cascade through the ecosystem. When one group controls so many voices, does aesthetic diversity narrow? Analysts argue risk-taking yields to commercial safety when growth is mandated. Funding and platform define which ideas become global phenomena. Heavy advertising creates incentives for positive coverage, a soft pressure with hard effects. The prestige gravity pulls talent toward the group, shaping creative output toward what thrives inside its orbit. An empire built by one man faces a question. What happens after he is gone? Control is embedded deep in holding companies to preserve the vision and block raids. The stake flows through vehicles, reorganized into a limited partnership to lock control long-term. Shares are hard to sell, dilution and challenges deflected. Heirs are placed, tested and trained across the empire. A family-controlled structure favors decade-long bets and steady hands in storms. Strategic acquisitions, central control, brand management. The playbook continues after the architect exits. The file is now before you. The facts have been presented, the patterns have been traced. We have mapped the acquisitions, we have followed the money, we have examined the mechanisms of control. LVMH is a case study in long-term vision and relentless execution. Strategic consolidation at scale, a fortress of value, effective and, by the records, legal. It centralizes power while presenting choice, controlling supply, manufacturing demand, leveraging real estate, media and talent. The market appears to offer a tapestry of options. Behind many doors, profits flow to the same center. When one group holds so many of the cards, how real is the game of choice?